Hey everyone, how are you all doing? I hope you're all doing great. My name's Angela and I'm visually impaired and I'm a designer, and one of my main goals is to help other people understand people who are visually impaired. I think it's super important to understand the struggles and challenges that people with disabilities go through and to just be able to see what their lives are like. And I think as someone who's visually impaired, it's important for me to find people with other types of disabilities so that I can understand their perspective as well. So the focus of this video is talking about people who are in wheelchairs. The World Health Organization has said that there's approximately 100 million regular wheelchair users in the world. That's a lot of people who are using wheelchairs, and that doesn't even include people who are temporary wheelchair users because of an accident or an injury that they're recovering from. And it also doesn't include any time that there's a situation where a person might need a wheelchair where they typically wouldn't. For example, in some places like an amusement park, a mall, or an airport, or any type of place where there's a lot of walking or whatever, maybe on a regular basis, they're fully capable of walking and getting around without help of a wheelchair. But in these types of situations, they might need a little extra help to get around. And just like how I talk about how people who have a visual impairment fit along a spectrum, any person who's in a wheelchair also fits on a spectrum. Something that I think is important to point out here is not all wheelchair users always are bound in their chair. They're not in their chairs 24/7. Some people sure might have to use it the majority of the time. Some people might use it in different situations, regardless of what their needs are, and they don't necessarily always have to use a wheelchair. Some wheelchair users can even use their wheelchair to only help them get from one place to another, and then they can move around their house or in small areas on their own. Some people can get out of their wheelchair on their own. Some people need help to get in and out of their wheelchair. It totally just depends on the person. One way, as someone who's not a wheelchair user, that has really helped me understand the perspective of people who do use wheelchairs is to follow people who are wheelchair users that are advocating and sharing their story about how they are wheelchair users and what that is like for them. And so in this video, I'll be sharing with you 7 different YouTube channels that I have found very helpful to follow. I've learned so many different things from them that has helped me know way more than I ever would have just on my own. I encourage you to check all of them out, especially the ones that sound interesting to you. And then that way you can be following people who are wheelchair users, and then it's more on top of our mind and we're able to consider what their needs are when we're designing things, or just in general when we're communicating with people who are in wheelchairs. Now, a disclaimer is just by following someone and following their journey does not mean that we are going to be able to understand everything that happens when they're a wheelchair user. We won't be able to experience any of the struggles that come with it. It's just a way to educate ourselves so we know kind of what is going on. And it's just one thing that we can do to try to be more inclusive of those who are wheelchair users. All right, the first channel that I'm going to share with you is Chelsea Hill. She is a beautiful dancer. She dances in her wheelchair, and it is just so fun to watch her dance. She has so much passion when she's doing it. She has also created a group called the Rolettes, where there are different wheelchair users who learn how to dance from her, and they've created a group, and it's really fun to watch their different dances and the different activities that they do. She also likes to share stuff about her personal life. She's shared her dating relationship, and then they've gotten married, and now they recently had a newborn baby. And one of my favorite videos was watching her nursery video that she recently put out. This helped me see the perspective of how they adapted their personal nursery to work for one person who's a wheelchair user and also work at the same time for someone who is not a wheelchair user. And this helped me get a perspective of how you can adapt something to work for multiple different users. The next channel I want to share with you is Meg Johnson. She's a C7 quadriplegic. Sorry, I don't know how to say that word. I saw her many years ago at a speaking event. I really enjoyed hearing her story about her not always being paralyzed, but she became paralyzed, and she shares her story about how she had to learn how to adapt and change her lifestyle to work for her now. Her channel is really fun to watch because she does a lot of videos where she explains how she does different things with her disability. She also has a newborn baby and another child, and it's fun to see what that is like for her and how she adapts in her own life. The next channel is Wheels on Wheels, Jim Hubbard. She really focuses on sharing her life after her spinal cord injury and how she can still be happy and healthy and enjoy life even though she's had this injury that she's had to learn to adapt to. It's been fun to watch some videos of her adapting a home that she has purchased to make it accessible for her as a wheelchair user, and she has quite a bit of videos about traveling as a wheelchair user. And her videos are very informative and they're also fun to watch at the same time. The next channel is Sitting Pretty Lolo. She has a great personality. She's so cute and fun. She's an actress and a model, and she just shares her life. She talks about being a wheelchair user, and she just explains how her life is. And it's more like a vlog style where you follow her life and you get to see what it's like for her. And it's just, I really enjoy her channel because she, like I said, she just has the most fun personality. Channel number 5 is Roll with Cole and Charisma. And this is an interabled couple where Cole is in a wheelchair and Charisma is not in a wheelchair. And they talk about their relationship as a newly married couple. And they have videos from when they were dating. And it's just fun to follow their journey of their relationship and what that's like for them. This is a channel I've been following for a couple of years, and I've just really enjoyed seeing whatever they put out. All right, the next channel is Squirmy and Grubs. This is also another couple that was married in 2020 during the pandemic, and they shared their relationship of them dating, what it's like for them to live together. They also have one person who's in a wheelchair and one person who's not. They talk a lot about how they get a lot of judgment from their relationship. Why would you get married to each other? How did you meet? That kind of stuff. Like, it doesn't seem like they would fit together according to a lot of people in their comments. And so it's interesting to see their perspective on that. They have a great sense of humor about the whole situation and are great at educating people on this. And they're just such a super cute couple that I love following. And they're always just sharing so many things that have helped me see things in a different way. So I really enjoy the content that they put out. The last channel is Amputee OT. Now this channel features Christina. She is a above the knee amputee. Now, this is a great example of someone who does not always use a wheelchair. She is a wheelchair user, but she also has a prosthetic leg. She uses a walker sometimes. It just depends on the situation and what she's using and when. So I think that she's a very informative channel that I have really learned a lot of stuff from and I enjoy following. These are all channels that I genuinely really enjoy and I wanted to share with you because I watch them on a regular basis and I have found them super helpful to watch. I hope that some of these sound interesting to you. I will have links in the descriptions to make it super easy for you to find these YouTube channels. I hope that you found this video helpful and that we can all go out and find different ways to be more inclusive and to understand people of other abilities than ourselves. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see me feature other type of disabilities or groups of people, give this video a thumbs up so I know that I should put out more videos like this one. I hope that you all have a fantastic week and I will see you next time. Bye!